This is ABS, Heartbeat of the East.
Joining us for the Friday edition of Sports Today on ABS TV. Like we say, sport is life, it never stops, and so do we. Good morning once again. My name is Ike Nwokedi. We'll go through the world of our sports in style this morning, and a whole lot is happening on the globe. Well, first of all, we'll have to say congratulations to Nigeria football fans, Nigeria female national team, the Super Falcons, for qualifying for the 9th edition of the Women's World Cup, which is to be hosted by Australia and New Zealand come 2023. A big feat for the Super Falcons getting into the semi-finals of the Women's African Cup of Nations happening in Morocco. On the show also, we'll be looking at stories where the United States of America say they want to play the Super Falcons. It's a double header. We'll tell you about that. We'll also talk about Mekong United of Umunze coming down to grassroots football to talk about what's happening at the grassroots level. Football is all about the Anambra Independent Football League. Mekong United are now champions of the Anambra Independent Football League. And then we'll tell you what a big day promises to be come Sunday, match day 38 of the Nigeria Professional Football League. The Nigeria Professional Football League, the NPFL, is coming to an end. The 2021-2022 season will be coming to an end. Lots of stories about NPFL, a bit of controversy coming through also as we head towards the final day of the Nigeria Professional Football League. We'll talk about that and lots more on the sports show. Well, let's begin with the first story, which is about the Super Falcons. Yesterday, in faraway Morocco, the Super Falcons yesterday defeated their opponents from Cameroon by 1-0, courtesy of Rashida Jibade's header in the 57th minute of the game, and the reigning African champions qualified for the 9th Women's World Cup in a row, defeating Cameroon 1-0 in the quarterfinals of the Women African Cup of Nations in Casablanca. I told you that Rashida Jibade's 57th minute header ensured Nigeria will meet a host Morocco. It's going to be a tough battle. That's in the second semi-finals of the African Women's Cup of Nations are happening in out there in Morocco. And I tell you, this streak continues for the Super Falcons, and Cameroon are yet to beat Nigeria at the Women's African Cup of Nations. So congratulations to the Super Falcons for the feat and maintaining the streak and qualifying for the 9th edition of the World Cup to be hosted by Australia, jointly co-hosted by Australia and New Zealand. It's a joint bid from them. They won that, and they will be hosting the World Cup come next year, 2023. So we'll be looking out for that. The 4 teams that made into the semi-finals of the WAFCON are the teams that will be representing Africa at the global showpiece are coming up next year. And Cameroon that lost yesterday, the likes of Senegal, the likes of Tunisia will still have a chance to redeem their image. There will be a playoff in that one, and the team that finished tops of the team that lost in the quarterfinals a playoff for the WAFCON will be playing with a team from another continent to determine if they will be at the World Cup. So the likes of Cameroon, the likes of Senegal still have a chance to go through. But I would have said that Senegal would have been through if not for the howler by their goalkeeper in one of their matches, one of the quarterfinal matches, and when they took on Zambia. Zambia benefited from that one just towards the closing stages of the game, scored from a howler by the goalkeeper of Senegal, and thereafter the game went on to penalties. And you know, when the game goes to penalties, it's anybody's game. And Zambia had the upper hand in that one. And Zambia, of course, are qualifying for the World Cup. So it's South Africa, Zambia, it is Nigeria, and Nigeria going through for the World Cup alongside Morocco, the host. But for the semi-finals are coming up on Monday. The first semi-finals, South Africa will be taking on Zambia and then the Super Falcons will be taking on Morocco. South Africa, Zambia looks like some persons are already of the opinion that it may just be South Africa, Nigeria finals for the AFCON, the WAFCON. We'll be watching out for that. But first of all, we'll have to do the needful and get over our rival, the host, talking about Morocco, who are turbocharged for action come Monday in the semi-finals. That one will be played later in the evening, so we'll be watching out for that one. South Africa, Zambia is the match to watch the first semi-finals of the ongoing WAFCON on Monday, and then the second semi-finals between Nigeria, the Super Falcons, and talking about their opponents who coincidentally are the host of Morocco. So we'll be watching out for that, and we wish the Super Falcons all the very best as they anticipate to move to the finals and maybe have an opportunity to play South Africa once again. You remember the Falcons have played their first game against South Africa and they lost that match. Now is the opportunity for them to meet South Africa in the finals. That's we are assuming that if South Africa get the better of Zambia, they get to the finals, and if we get the better of Morocco, it will be another mouth-watering encounter and a final of that magnitude at the WAFCON. We anticipate and we hope for that, and we wish the Super Falcons all the very best in their semi-finals clash against talking about Morocco. That's the picture of Rasheedat Ajibade, the goal scorer in that. Again, what a finish it was for her, and we wish her all the best as she continues to do the needful at the WAFCON, the Women's African Cup of Nations. We'll move away from that. Let's talk about Nigeria Professional Football League Match Day 38 actions. A whole lot of football fans were expecting to hear the verdict of the appeals committee as regards the issue concerning Kano Pillars, the suspended 3 points, and then committing the offense again, and then the 3 points docked, and then Kano Pillars going to appeal. A whole lot of persons were expecting to hear decisions on what went down yesterday from the appeals committee. I'm still expecting to hear that, but in as much as we are waiting on that, let us know that we anticipate the Match Day 38 programs of the Nigeria Professional Football League is happening. When it's happening this weekend. All the matches will be played simultaneously. The games are expected to start 4 p.m. on Sunday across all venues, and these are the fixtures. Heartland FC versus Akwara United. What a story it is for Heartland FC. Looks like Heartland FC at the end of the season may just be relegated. Heartland FC will be hosting Kwara United. Remo Stars is at home to Niger Tornadoes in one of the key matches of the Nigeria Professional Football League, and Remo Stars are edging closer to qualifying for the continent, and maybe they may just be playing in the CAF Confederations Cup, the second tier of Nigerian club football, come next season. That's the 2022-2023 season. Dakar FC will hope to stay afloat when they host Sunshine Stars of Akure. They are still Dakar FC. They are still within the relegation zone, and they could drop or they can survive. It all depends on Sunday. Plateau United will host Enyimba International. Is a mouth-watering cracker. It is also, and it's an opportunity already. Plateau United will now have cemented their place for qualification for the first tier of club football in Africa, which is at the CAF Champions League. They will be playing alongside Rivers United in the CAF Champions League. Watch out for Plateau United and Enyimba International. And Wiki Tourista will be hosting Castina United. Watch out for Abia Warriors taking on Lobby Stars at and the Okigwe Township Stadium in Okigwe. And then Rangers International will be hosting Akwa United. That match will be played in Oka. The Oka City Stadium has been hosting the matches of Rangers International. So it's not going to be different. Sunday, 4 p.m. Find your way to the Oka City Stadium for the last match of the season. Rangers International versus the Promise Keepers. That's the Flying Antelopes taking on the Promise Keepers in the Nigeria Professional Football League Match Day 38. And Rivers United, champions, worthy champions in the MPFL, will be taking on Gombe United. It's a story for Rivers United. What a story has been for them. Rivers United have pulled the chestnut out of the fire. And this is the very first time in so many years that we are having a club winning the league with 3 or 4 matches to spare, and that's exactly what Rivers United has done this season in the Nigeria Professional Football League. And Stanley Eguma has been the coach since 2008 when he was at Dolphins FC. He has moved on now. Stanley Eguma has actually showed that he is a coach of class with what he has done with Rivers United. You talk about some of the players they have, what Rivers United have done this season. Talk about the likes of Chinedu Akuneto up front out there. You talk about the likes of Ishiak Rafiu. Talk about Sikiro Olatumbosun, vastly experienced player. Bernard Ovoke at some point in time went outside the shores of the country to play in Europe, and he is back. And now he brings in his wealth of experience to bear in his team, and that's why Rivers United are pulling the chestnut out of fire and doing something extraordinary. And you go to the midfield, talk about players like Maurice Chukwu has also showed class, and then you come to defense, you talk about players like Ebu Beduru, who has played about 3 or 4 clubs in the Nigeria Professional Football League, and even the likes of Theophilus Afelokai is on the bench, while the likes of Sochima have taken his place. So that's the story for Rivers United in the Nigeria Professional Football League. But anyways, they will wind off the season in style when they hope to host Gombe United, and then we hope the trophy will be given to them, the giant trophy. Kano Pillars 3SC, Kano Pillars Shooting Stars is another match on the cards, and MFM is already relegated. They will be playing in the second tier of Nigeria Club Football. That's talking about NNL. That's the story of Nasarawa. They will be playing against Nasarawa United. Well, for the table, the standing, this is what the standing looks like. Rivers United already champions with 74 points from 37 matches are played. You're sure they're going to make it 77 after the match against Gombe United. They want to win in front of their fans, and the far all odds. And Plateau United second on the log. You may say they are finished second on the log because they have 64 points, and the team that are third, Remo Stars, are on 59 points. So Remo Stars, the much they can get is they can get 3 points and then get to as much as 62 points. 2 points are deficit of what Plateau United have currently. So it looks like it's almost a battle between Remo Stars and Kwara United for the slaughter for the CAF Confederation Cup, while Rangers International are fifth on the log with 53 points, and the chances of being in the continent was extinguished when they played it was a 1-1 draw against Rivers United at the Oka City Stadium. Enyimba International are 6th on the log, Gombe 7th, Akwa United 8th, Nasarawa United 9th. Just to run through the table, Niger Tornadoes are 10th on the log, Nasarawa 11th, Wiki Tories 12th, Lobby Stars 13th, Shooting Stars 14th on the log, and Castina United is 15th on the log. I want you to look at maybe there's going to be a photo finish. Castina United on 48 points, Abia Warriors on 47 points, Dakada 17th on 46 points, Kano Pillars, they have 45 points from 37 matches are played, and Heartland FC 44 points from 37 matches played, and MFM 36 points from 37 matches played. Confirmed they are relegated, and there's still going to be a battle between Abia Warriors, Dakada, Kano Pillars, and Heartland FC. But if the decision stands about the docking of points, maybe Kano Pillars will go down, but we'll be watching out to see what it's going to be like. The appeals committee, the decision they will be taking on that front. We'll move away from that. Let's talk about athletics. Yes, the World Athletics Championship is expected to commence today in Oregon, United States of America, and sprinter Ezinne Abba is talking tough. And Abba, not talking tough anyways, but she is lampooning and lambasting the Athletics Federation of Nigeria. And Ezinne Abba and Akintola Alaba will miss at the World Athletics Championship, which starts today in Eugene, Oregon, the United States of America. The American-born Ezinne lashed out in frustration on Wednesday, expressing her disappointment in a post on her Instagram page, revealing she was on her way to the airport to board a flight to the games when she received a message from Nigeria that she will not be partaking in the championship. And having completed 2 or 3 drugs tests that required, the Nigerian authorities told her they are scared that she could fail the 3rd test. And the 21-year-old completed a national switch from the United States of America to represent Nigeria ahead of the championship. And Athletics Federation of Nigeria, however, through its Secretary General, Prince Adisa Bioga, said Abba cannot force herself into the team after failing to compete in any individual event at the Nigeria Championship held in Benin. That was last month. It was on the qualifiers too. For that one, but Ezinne was not part of it. That's the reason AFN are giving as regards Ezinne Abba not being part of the team that will be traveling to the United States of America for that big one coming up. And away from that, let's talk about back to football again and back to Super Falcons. Yes, back to Super Falcons. Let's tell you that the United States of America has confirmed that Falcons are double-header friendly, and the US women with the US women's team has confirmed it will face Nigeria's women's national team in 2 friendly matches slated for the month of September. And the US ladies will trade tackles with the Super Falcons on September 3rd at the Children's Mercy Park in Kansas City. And 3 days later, that will be on September 6th. Both teams will face off again at the Audi Field in Washington, D.C. Nigeria met with the USA in a similar friendly match last year in June, where the African champions are failing to a 2-0 defeat at the O2 Stadium out there in Austin, Texas, in the United States of America. So that's the story coming through from that one. I will be following up on that one. But for right now, the AFCON is still on, and the Super Falcons are doing the needful. They're representing well in that one. And in the aftermath of that, they will be back to the country and hope to prepare for the double header they have against the United States women's national team. I believe that's the suitable friendly match they need. They need marquee friendlies like this to prepare for the World Cup coming up in Australia and New Zealand come next year. The NFF are getting it right at this point in time. When you talk about female football in the globe, United States of America amongst the top 3 teams that are making wave, and of course a rave review. So it is right that we'll get to play them at this point in time. Moving away from that one, let's talk about the CAF Awards and former winners Oshoala and Gatlana on the short list for the Women's Player of the Year award. And I just have to tell you that there are 10 names listed for that one. We have Ajaran Chiot Yoma of Cameroon and Inter Milan. We have Evelyn Badu of Ghana and Van Densnes out there in Sweden. We have Doris Bodua of Ghana and Sekondi Hasakas. And we have Grislam Chebak of Morocco and ASFA out there in Morocco. She's representing her nations at the ongoing WAFCON in Morocco. Asisa Oshoala of Nigeria and Barcelona. We have Andil Lamini of South Africa, Mamelodi Sundowns. We have Babana Mbane of South Africa, Mamelodi Sundowns. We have Tembi Gatlana of South Africa and Atletico Madrid, while Tefilo Jane of South Africa was also nominated. She plays also for AC Milan in Italy. And then we'll have Grace Chanda of Zambia, who plays for Craig Giot out there in Europe. For the young player of the year, we'll have Evelyn Badu of Ghana and Sekondi Hasakas. We'll have Doris Bodawa of Ghana and Sekondis Hasakas. We'll have Yasmin Zohi of Morocco. She plays for Saint Etienne in France. We'll have Gift Monday of Nigeria, who plays for FC Robo and once equally had a stint with Rivers United. We'll have Flourish Sebastian of Nigeria, who also plays for Bayelsa Queens. They've been nominated, so we expect they expect our own Asisat Oshoala to get the crown home, and we wish her all the very best as we anticipate the award ceremony for this one. Moving away, let's tell you that Mekong United on the local scene have won the season 8 of the Alhambra Independent Football League. Yes, the Mekong United have been crowned champions of the season of the Anambra Independent Football League, the AIFL. Mekong United have played 20 matches, have amassed 47 points with a goal difference of +33, while Peace FC are second on the log with 42 points from 20 matches. And then we'll have Hopeland FC are third with 34 matches from 20 matches. That's 34 points from 20 matches played. And of course, we anticipate that come August 20th, the trophy will be handed over to them. Yes, at the meeting of the AIFL held on Wednesday, 13th of July 2022, and they decided that the season finale will be coming up at the Awka City Stadium on Saturday, August 20th. We'll be watching out for that one. And the 3 matches that will be played on that day will have Hopeland FC versus Cardinal Arinze. Hopeland FC of Nnewi taking on Cardinal Arinze FC of Onitsha. We'll have Peace FC of Awka will play Obeledu United. The Mekong United will play Bubendorf FC. Yes, Peace FC are second on the log. Hopeland FC are third on the log. And the new teams that joined the AIFL, the Anambra Independent Football League, have showed the class they have. And I tell you, next season, season 7, is going to be a cracker. There are about 6 to 7 clubs that are angling to be part of the Anambra Independent Football League. From information coming to us come next season, I will keep you posted on the development. We'll tell you about the teams joining the AIFL for next season, for season 7. And I tell you, the likes of Mekong United have done a whole lot this season. GP World is also net left out. Peace FC, FC Hagdovo, Beledu United, and a whole lot of other clubs have shown that football in Anambra State can be taken to the next level. Lots to still talk about on sports, but we'll have to round off owing to time constraint. Let's talk about Awka South Football League. Yes, Awka South Football League. Match day 4 is coming up this weekend, and we'll have Onkoraf FC of Isuanyocha is expected to take on the Wilson FC of Opuno. Peace FC of Awka will play Fortune FC of Awka, and New Sense FC will take on Omuawolo FC. Those are the matches that are coming up. And the pictures you're seeing is that of Onkoraf FC when they took on Peace FC. The match was played at the Christ the King parish out there in Isuanyocha, and it ended 2-1 in favor of you ended at 2-1 in favor of Peace FC. And that, or rather 1-0 actually, sorry about that. I remember Thomas Kelechi was the one that got the goal, the solitary strike that ensured that Peace FC went away from home and got all the 3 points at stake against Onkoraf FC of Isuanyocha. But Onkoraf FC can still make amends this weekend, this Saturday to be precise, when they take on the Wilson FC of Opuno in the match day 4 program of the Awka South Football League. For the results are played, matches are played last weekend. Let's tell you, told you already that Onkoraf FC lost 0-1 to Peace FC. Thomas Kelechi scored in the 50th minute of the game, and Fortune FC defeated Omuawolu United by 2-0. We wish them the very best this weekend as they continue to do more in the grassroots segment. But remember, the MPFL, the final day is coming up this weekend. Rangers International Akwa United is the match to watch at the Awka City Stadium. That's the size of the show this morning. Sports Today and a bridge version. We'll be back next week for another episode of the Sports Show. The name is Ike Nwokedi. I wish you a lovely weekend. Keep sporting. Bye-bye now.